Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Ashley Rose and Happy New Year. I am so happy to be back with you guys doing these daily tarot readings. The weeklies were fun and they'll be back when, I have vacations or holidays, things like that. I think it's important that we spend time and allocate our time, like with our family and with our friends when we need to, or for ourselves. And that thought, like, at least for me, I learned that was a good way that I can do that. If I don't have the time to film the weekly or the dailies individually, I can always lean on the weeklies. And it's just fun. It's different type, or it's just like the same reading, but it goes in a way more flowing of a way, which is just like fun to play around with. But I love doing the dailies for you guys. I love posting the dailies. And so I'm happy to be back. Also, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. I'm filming this still in 2021 on the 30th, which I think it's actually great that I'm filming it on the 30th. Plus today is January 3rd, 2021. 2022, still new. So I feel like the energy is still the same, right? Because we're talking about the number 3, and 3 is about new beginnings. It's about communication. It's about having fun. It's about expressing yourself, being social. Think of like, when I think of the number 3, you can also think of like Gemini, because Gemini is the third zodiac sign in, the third zodiac sign in the zodiac. And they're all about communication, and they're all about the lovers, right? The two parts of themselves, and communicating and allowing them to work and flow together. So when we think about today, Monday off the bat, coming out of the holiday season, we are communicating new ideas to ourselves, which is amazing because we just had a new moon yesterday in Capricorn. And that's exactly what we should be doing, because this new moon in Capricorn came. We think of Capricorn, the energy is workers, right? They're hard work. They have ideas and they get down to the bottom of it, and they can create and build the life that they see for themselves physically, right? And they do it. They put in the work. And so I love that it's come, because 2022 is really going to be a really big year for us in a lot of different ways. 22 is the number of the builder. So literally anything we build this year will have like concrete base to be something, really, I want to say profitable, but not even like profitable in that type of sense, but I'll just use the word like abundant. So we can like really build something filled with like abundance in our life, right? Or build something that means something to us, or that comes from our desires. And we're going to be able to use that and tap into that by really tuning in to who we are. And that's why, again, I love that this new moon came, because Capricorn came to give us the ideas that we need to do and implement to make this work happen. And so this week, and I feel like we're gonna kind of do that. We're gonna take it in and figure out how we're gonna do it, because Mercury retrograde comes next week, the 13th, and we don't really want to put any of our plans in place during that time. But it's come for us. I love that these ideas come in, and they come in, we're going to play with them, because some of them are going to seem big, and they're going to seem like we can't attain them, and they're a little bit out of our reach. Our vision isn't quite expanded enough for what this year has in store for us just yet. Like, we're walking into this year a little groggy. Like we've just woken up out of a deep sleep, and we're just like, where, like when you wake up out of sleep and you just like don't know where you are. That's kind of how we feel. And we are like waking up to everything that's around us right now, because also Jupiter is in Pisces, and Jupiter is the lucky planet, and Pisces being like, our dreams and our intuition and our feelings and our desires, right? Our emotions, the things that light us up. It's the lucky planet. So we have luck in those areas of our life. Right? And that's exciting. And then Mercury retrograde's gonna come. And that's when we go in. That's when we reflect, where we don't communicate our ideas necessarily, but we watch what the universe pulls us back to observe, so that when we come out of Mercury retrograde, it's like, bing, full speed ahead, and we can really, it's like a slingshot. slingshot these ideas and really put in the work with everything that we've learned. So I just love, I just literally fall in love with the universe all the time. But how amazing they put things, like how amazing it all comes together to help us move through these things, to help us move through this energy, understand what we're doing, and honestly use it together to harness. Wow, I'm sorry. The beginning of this Monday daily tarot reading has a lot, but there's so much good for us right at the beginning of the year to kind of like grab onto, understand, like good food for, like, I don't know, nourishing our spiritual and our physical. And it's just important to understand what's going on so that we can really tap into it. If you watched my what's to come in 2022 video, it is really important for us to like align ourselves spiritually this year, because that's really where we're going to get a lot of our insight, a lot of our inspiration, and our understandings for what we're supposed to do for our plan, right, and our path this year. And it really is this new, it feels like a new way of living life that we're coming to understand, right, that we're coming to cultivate. And it's really interesting and it's super inspiring. So if you haven't watched that video, go give it a check right now. I'll try to put it up here somewhere. But now let's get into this daily tarot reading. Sorry, like there's just, like I said, there's a lot. I asked them to please stay in my hands, but I love this. We got strength at the bottom. Oh, already. On. What was I saying? At the beginning of this reading, I talked about Gemini being the lovers. Come on. So we're communicating and we have choice today. We have an opportunity. Oh my God, I love the universe. Ugh. We have opportunity to really bring in these new ideas and communicate the things that, you know, we really feel, or not like we feel, that the things that we like really desire and we see for ourselves, these new beginnings. The lovers is the number 6, so that's where I'm getting this temporary opportunity from. 6 is the number for temporary opportunity, but also peace, love, balance, and harmony, and that's exactly what this card is about too. It is finding that peace, finding that balance, finding that harmony within ourselves. That's going to be a major theme this year, is balance and harmony, how we can cultivate that, how we can bring that into that, how we can bring that into every environment that we're in, that we're working on, into our relationships, and it's not even like relationships romantically, but platonically, and just connections with other people. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, you know, get away from these old ways of thinking where we have these relationships and connections with people that aren't empathetic, that don't care about others' emotions, that are only thinking about themselves in an ego way and not like a selfish, like, oh, they're not thinking about themselves in a way that's going to benefit them moving forward. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times, like, we talk about being selfish, right? Being selfish for ourselves, putting our needs first. But where it becomes negative is where we're putting our needs first to hurt others, and we're manipulating others' needs for our needs. It's just acting out of our own needs authentically and not manipulating, right? We are moving away from that, and in those relationships cause imbalance. So we're looking at our connections, we're looking at our relationships, and yeah, maybe somebody does, and yeah, there is yes, there is an opportunity for somebody to come into our life today to show us that other side. The lovers is like two opposite people coming together for a greater understanding, a greater beginning, a greater environment, and yeah, that they know that there's a mountain in between them, so there's a journey that they're going to go through together, but this angel has brought them together for this, like, it's like a divine intervention of what we're doing. So pay attention to the people that are in our lives today. There's the sun behind the angel, so the sun is firing us up. It is giving us the strength. It is giving us the confidence, you know, to kind of transmute any negative feelings, any doubt that we have, any anxiety about our future moving forward. And we just go at it, because we know when we are actively coming from a place of our heart and our desires, that there is no bad that can come out of that. And this is like desire, not in a desire to control, but in a desire that like, oh, I want to be a painter, or I want to go skydiving, or I want to be a yoga instructor. I've always had this feeling inside of me and I want to go do that. An example in my own life was growing up, I always wanted to be a hairstylist. And I loved doing hair. I did my hair all growing up. I had like super long hair, like down to my hips, all the way throughout high school. And then in a funny story, broke up with my boyfriend and I cut off all my hair because he didn't like girls with short hair. But that's another story for another day. And I would always say like, oh, I wish if I could do anything in the world, it would be be a hairstylist. But I had all these doubts, I had all these things. And then look, one day I said, screw it. And now I'm a hairstylist and I love my job. I love what I do. I see myself every day there. And it is exactly what I've always envisioned for myself to be. Or, it's that thing you wanted to do when you were like 5-6 years old, and you thought that the thing that you want to do when you're like 5-6 years old, but you just didn't think that you could do it, or you weren't cool enough, right? Like, I think of like my younger self now, if she were to see me, she'd probably think I'm so freaking cool, and she couldn't even believe that that's who I grew up into being, right? So we have all these things coming into our life today, all these inspirations, all this insight, all these messages that we are receiving, but it's all coming from a place of love and a place of balance to bring harmony into our lives. So, Bob, that's freaking exciting. Seriously. I love it. It's the lovers. Could you get any more better for a Monday coming off the new year? No. So, take this opportunity today to, really build something with love. And as, hippy dippy as that might sound, allow yourself to be silly and just do that. It's Monday. Monday is, I forget, I think it's Mercury. Oh my God, yeah. It is Mercury's day, so we're communicating, a lot about Mercury today. Mercury retrograde, communicating our ideas. It's important, I believe, to communicate them now, or the insights that we have with certain people, certain things that we want to do before Mercury retrograde happens, so we can kind of already set up a plan before we need to go and reflect about it. Does that make sense? Okay, well, that's where I'm going to leave it, you guys. I am so excited to be back for these daily tarot readings. If you would like to know more about me, what I have going on, you can check out my website. That's ashleyrose.com. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for the daily tarot readings.